Well, presently I'm walking down a trail in Halsey Pass in the Colorado Rockies. I'm fortunate enough to be able to take a sabbatical this summer, and one of the plans of my sabbatical was to come out and visit my sister Carol and brother-in-law JD in Colorado. I felt a little out of breath. We're climbing presently at about 12,100 feet. But I'd say a few weeks ago, as I was planning this trip, the Lord spoke to me and He said, "Mark, I'm gonna speak to you in the mountains." And today we came up here and did this hike. It's about a 4-hour hike up to the Halsey Pass. Incredibly beautiful scenery, which I'll show you some. And on my way up the mountain, walking along the path, I was just praying and enjoying the beautiful scenery. The mountain is full of flowers and wildflowers. It's just incredibly beautiful. It's a beautiful day, 60 degrees, 65 degrees. And I was enjoying this beautiful scenery, and I reminded the Lord, "Lord, you said you were going to speak to me in the mountains." And you know, He didn't speak to me at that moment. But as we got to a very steep part of the climb, as we got there at a very steep part of the climb, I began getting really tired, saying, "God, I don't think I can do this. I'm not in the greatest shape." And JD kept encouraging me on. He said, "It'll all be worth it when we get up there to the pass and see and have the view and everything." And so I was like, okay. I was complaining. I was saying, "God, I can't do this. God, I can't do this. This is, I'm just not in shape for this." And the Lord said, "Take one step at a time. Just take one step at a time and enjoy the process." Oh, and He also said, "Pace yourself. Pace yourself and take one step at a time." And so I was like, okay, all right, one step at a time. Just one step at a time. Pace myself, go slow, don't try to push it. And ministry's kind of like that. Our walk with God's kind of like that. Sometimes we go through hard times. Sometimes we go through seasons that are difficult. And you get through them by taking one step at a time. Putting one foot in front of the other. And I thought, wow, that's thank you, Lord, that's a blessing. And then later up the trail, I just sort of was praying and saying, "Lord, is there anything else you'd like to say to me?" And he said, "See the path you're walking on? I'm going to flip the camera around, and you're going to see the path that we're walking on." I'm going to cut in at this point and stop the video because the wind starts to really blow hard and you can't hear what I'm saying. So I went ahead and recorded this second thought that I believe God shared with me in the mountains later on down the trail when the wind wasn't blowing so hard. So you'll want to catch my next video entitled "The Pathway." But I hope that this first thought about pacing yourself and taking one step at a time was a blessing to you. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. We'll see you in the next video.